Can you tell us a little bit about that 1980 first meeting of the AAES? Do you recall it?
Yeah, well, I do. It was at Ann Arbor, and I can always picture the meeting room. Neil Sedgwick, my mentor, and I went, and I didn't actually participate, I don't think, and I wasn't involved in the politics of it at all. But it was clearly an interesting focus for people, and it's always been one of my favorite meetings because it used to be small and very collegial, and you knew everybody, and even though you had disagreements and so on. And there were a lot of great people involved. I mentioned to you earlier, Ollie Beers was I always thought Ollie Beers was one of the great American surgeons. He was a terrific surgeon, but just a wonderful human being too. And I think people forget he was a magician and used to make money as a medical student, a college student, as a magician. And so he was very facile with his hands. And he was, I never saw him operate, but everything I heard was he was a fantastic technical surgeon. And I always thought, when I was at Lay Clinic, I was involved in the Association of Clinic Surgeons, and there was a six clinic surgical group at that point: Mayo, Lay, Cleveland, Scott White, Virginia Mason, and Lovelace in Albuquerque, and we used to travel around. I never actually, as part of it, I never actually went to Mayo's, but it was clear that the Mayo Clinic had the most professional approach to academics and studies and stuff like that. I was always impressed with the Mayo Clinic group. And of course, tremendous data. And from the beginning, the Mayo brothers kept records, good records, so you could call up and get a study done. And it was somewhat true at Lay Clinic too. So there was this enormous database there. One thing that Leahy said that the Mayo brothers didn't was Leahy said you should never own your own hospital, which was a mistake because some of the controls in terms of the records and something like that you didn't control, whereas the Mayo brothers embraced the clinic, the hospitals. So it was, the Leahy was always a side issue at the hospitals rather than controlling the hospitals. They controlled part of it, but not all of it, not the same way. But I always thought that the clinic-type practice was the model for 21st century medicine. Everybody on salary, common record. I mean, now we talk about electronic medical records, but probably at Mayo, too, the patient used to carry the record around, and everybody wrote something in it, so everything was there. All the lab results, all the x-rays, all the doctor's notes. So I always thought it was a model of how to do sophisticated 21st century medicine with lots of tests and lots of different specialties and so on.